This Wednesday morning, if you have a health question or two, you might want to give us a call between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. We're going to have either Dr. Jonathan Tripp or a representative from his office joining us in the studio. We do this every Wednesday. Tripp Family Medicine, of course. We call it Better Health. They're located, the staff, the doctor, and everyone else involved in the management of the office, directly across the street from the main post office in Twin Falls on Fillmore Street. We always have a great opportunity. We go subject to subject, of course, week to week, but even then the doctor is available to ask or answer any question you may have on a variety of medical issues. Give us a call during that segment of the program. We talked last week about cancer, but especially how, you can work on preventing cancer from striking you or someone in your family, which is obviously a better route to take than just focusing on some of the worst aspects of it. Life's too short not to feel good. And remember, again, this weekend, Better Health, or this week, Wednesday morning, 8:30 to 9 o'clock, Better Health with Tripp Family Medicine right here on News Radio 1310 KLIX. We're also going to be hearing again from someone this week, probably Wednesday morning in the following hour. We're going to be talking with some folks again about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We're down to the last couple of weeks of October, of course. We would like to remind you that we've been partnering with the Wellness Tree here in Twin Falls, and they get no government funding. They work, though, with the poorest women in our community to provide them with screenings and work on prevention as well. If you'd like to make a contribution, a charitable contribution, if you go to our website, newsradio1310.com, you'll see that it's ringed right now. There's a frame around that website in pink. You click on that. There's some ribbons on each side. You click on that. It will give you details on how you can make that contribution. $1 can actually go towards the treatment, helping with the treatment of or screening of 10 women coming into the clinic. It's 25 after 9. Bill Colley with you on Top Story on News Radio 1310, KLIX and newsradio1310.com, 53. I came across this today, speaking of health. 2 more government-funded co-ops created under Obamacare are going to close. When we last left you on Friday morning at 10 o'clock, I think we were telling you that 6 of these 23 have announced that they're going to close. Well, make it 8 now. And because of the latest 2 closings, 93,000 people are going to be impacted. Health Republic Insurance of Oregon, a neighboring state, announced Friday afternoon it would not be offering plans to consumers either on Obamacare's health insurance exchange or off the exchange next year. Colorado's co-op, Colorado Health OP, also said Friday that it, too, would be winding down operations. Oops. Of the 23 co-ops that were created under Obamacare, just 15 now remain. In 2014, 22 of the 23 co-ops lost money. 13 of the 23 co-ops enrolled fewer consumers than they projected. Now, there was a story a couple of weeks ago, in fact, I saw it in the Times News, where all of the health gurus here in the state of Idaho say, don't worry about us, we're fine, we're not going to have those problems. And perhaps people here were actually wiser about it, but we're just going to have to wait and see, because I came across this at the Daily Caller today. Federal government is hiding secret list of 11 staggering Obamacare insurers. Now remember, 8 are out of business. There are only 15 of these exchanges left, and apparently 11 of them are also going to go the way of the dodo bird. A writer by the name of Richard Pollack says, federal officials have a secret list of 11 Obamacare health insurance co-ops they fear are on the verge of failure, but they refuse to disclose them to the public or Congress. It's a secret. The most transparent administration in the history of America wants to keep it a secret. There's no need for you to know if you're not going to have health care next year. The 11 unidentified co-ops appear to be still operating but are now on, quote, enhanced oversight, unquote. That's a death watch, in other words, by the Federal Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, which manages the Obamacare program. How many of these offices do they actually have? There's hundreds of these offices where people are sitting around doing this managing. No wonder you can't make any money in government, right? You got to keep taking it away from the people. One of my old bosses, he's a wonderful man. He sent me a list last night of all of the taxes that actually went up on January 1st of this year. Various taxes, because we keep hearing that we don't soak the rich enough. He sent me this list of taxes that went up in order to help fund Obamacare. And I was reading through that. For instance, some of these tax rates jump 4 or 5%, especially on the highest earners. So even though you have a lot of people like Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders saying we've got to soak the rich, we're already soaking the rich. I mean, so their argument is a little bit on what you'd call the spurious side. And they're just trying to convince you through a lot of propaganda that, well, we've got to do more and more and more. And the government, which has been spending over the last, several years, twice what it takes in, had a banner year so far with the revenue coming in. So at the moment when the fiscal year ended on September 30th, we only had a yearly deficit of about $500 billion. So it wasn't quite $500 billion, which was the best it's been in many years. A lot of that is because of certain restrictions that were placed on spending by that Republican Congress that the left hates so much, especially establishment media. Oh, those teabaggers, as they call them. Well, they're partly responsible for this too, but the other part of it is all of the new Obamacare taxes coming into effect brought in a lot of unexpected revenue. Well, they say it's unexpected revenue to the government, and now they want more. They want more from you. 929, Bill Colley with you on Top Story on News Radio 1310 KLIX, newsradio1310.com. Here's something I think we have to really pay close attention to. If you're one of those people you're a voracious reader, you're a news junkie, keep an eye out for what happens in Idaho when it comes to this healthcare issue. Because I have a suspicion the fact that they're doing newspaper interviews saying all is well, pay no attention to what goes on in our office, is because things might not be quite so well. Government really doesn't like to come out and just say, hey, we made a mistake. We don't know what we're doing. This was a bad idea, and we'll have a few more bad ideas. But you know what? We all made money. In fact, we've all done really well, and you're going to be paying our retirement for us, too. Did we ever pull the wool over their eyes? Oh, is this still on? 9:30. Bill Colley with you on Top Story on News Radio 1310 KLIX and News Radio 30. Coming out and telling you the truth could work too, I suppose, but nah. It's 53. We've got more coming up in just a moment. Oh, a couple of stories about guns.